Begin in mountain pose, feet are hip distance apart. Relax the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone, engage your quads. Take a few nice, deep, natural breaths, feeling the ribs on the sides of your torso expand. And exhale fully. Thinking about why you joined this class today. Taking any other thoughts in your mind and letting them just pass through without attachment. Just focusing on this moment that we have together. And then bringing your focus to our intention today, which is listening. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence before and after. Open your eyes, spread your legs a little bit wider than your hips, toes pointing out slightly, and we'll start with a moonflower, sunflower combo, sweeping the arms up, coming down into a gentle squat. Shoulder blades come together in the back. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Now we'll come to sunflowers, sweeping the arms. Inhale up, moonflowers. Inhale up, sunflowers sweeping, alternating each one now. Couple more. And then coming back to mountain pose. Sweeping the arms up, extending high, little back bend here, hinging from the hips. Bending the knees slightly, coming into a forward fold. Nice deep breath. Reverse your swan dive. Keep the arms extended and come into chair. Sweeping up, folding forward. Reversing and chair. Again, inhaling up, exhaling, folding, inhaling, reverse, exhaling, chair, sweeping the arms up, folding forward, reversing, and chair. One more time. Inhaling up, exhaling, folding, reversing your swan dive, and chair. And then sweeping the arms up, coming into a forward fold, placing the hands on the mat, coming down onto the knees and sinking back into child's pose. For child's pose, arms can be out in front of you. You can bring the hands by your feet, resting the head on the mat if that's comfortable. You can have your knees together or wide apart, whatever's comfortable for you today. This is a resting pose, and you can come to this pose anytime during our practice today. And then pulling up into a table, stacking your joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's come into cat and cow, lifting the chest, looking up, inhaling, and then exhaling, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling cat, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Warming up the spine from the tailbone all the way to the head. Couple more. And then come back to neutral spine. We'll come into a spinal balance, so right arm up, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, and release. Left foot back. And release. Left arm up. And release. Right foot back. And release. Now we'll put it together. You can do one at a time if you want to, or combine with me. Right arm, left foot. Flexing the toes, squeezing the abs, making sure you're breathing. Release. Left arm, right foot. And release. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Switching each time. Trying to just move your arms and legs, not your torso. Squeezing your glutes when you lift that leg. Couple more. And then sink back into child's pose. Pulling forward to a kneeling plank, lowering for crocodile, dropping your belly, lifting your chest for baby cobra, and then pressing back for child's pose. Again, inhaling forward, exhaling lower for crocodile, inhaling lift the chest for baby cobra, exhale back for child's pose. Pulling forward, lowering, lifting, and pressing back. Inhale plank, exhale crocodile, inhale baby cobra, exhale child's pose. One more time, pulling forward, lowering, lifting, and pressing back. Pulling up to a table, stepping 1 foot forward, coming into a forward fold, reversing your swan dive, and coming back to mountain. We're going to do modified sun salutations today. So we'll start at the top of your mat. In mountain pose, relaxing the shoulders. Inhaling up, exhaling, folding into a forward fold, stepping back with the left foot onto the knee. Arms come up. Low lunge. Hands come to the mat. Right leg comes around, sinking back to child's pose. Pulling forward for plank. Lowering crocodile, lifting the chest for baby cobra, pressing back for child's pose. Left leg comes forward. Low lunge, arms come up if it feels good. Hands come to the mat. Step your back foot forward, forward fold, reverse your swan dive. Hands together at heart center and share. Again, sweeping up, folding forward, stepping back with the left onto the knee. Hands come to the mat, right leg comes around, sinking back, child's pose. Pulling forward for plank, lowering crocodile. Dropping the belly and lifting the chest and pressing back. Left leg comes forward. Hands come to the mat, stepping forward into forward fold. Reverse your swan dive and share. Again, sweeping the arms up, folding forward, stepping back with the left. Hands come to the mat, right leg comes around, child's pose. Pulling forward, plank, crocodile, baby cobra, and child's. Left leg forward. Hands come to the mat. Stepping forward, feet together. Reverse your swan dive. And chair. Again, sweeping up, folding forward. Left leg back. Lifting the arms for the low lunge. Hands come to the mat. Right leg comes around, sinking back. Pulling forward for plank, lowering, dropping the belly and lifting the chest and pressing back. Left leg forward, lifting the arms. Hands come to the mat. Stepping forward, reversing your swan dive. And chair. Switching sides. Sweeping the arms up. Folding forward. Stepping back with the right onto the knee. Lifting the arms, low lunge. Hands come to the mat. Left leg comes around. Sinking back. Pulling forward for plank, lowering crocodile, dropping the belly and lifting the chest for baby cobra and pressing back for child's pose. Right leg comes forward. Hands come to the mat. Step your feet together. Reverse your swan dive. And chair. Again, sweeping up, folding forward, stepping back with the right onto the knee. Hands come down, left leg comes around, sinking back, pulling forward to plank, lowering crocodile. Dropping the belly and lifting the chest and pressing back. Right leg comes forward. Low lunge. Hands come to the mat. Step the feet together. Reverse your swan dive. And chair. Again, sweeping up, folding forward. Right leg steps back. Hands come down. Left leg comes around, sink back to child's pose. Pulling forward, plank, crocodile, baby cobra. And child's. Right leg steps forward. Arms come up, low lunge. Hands come to the mat. Step your feet together. Reverse your swan dive. And chair. Sweeping the arms up, folding forward. Stepping back with the right onto the knee. Low lunge. Hands come down, left leg comes around. Pulling forward for plank, lowering crocodile, dropping the belly and lifting the chest and pressing back. Right leg comes forward. Hands come to the mat, stepping your feet together, reversing your swan dive, and coming into chair. And relax. All right, grab a drink if you'd like. Standing in mountain pose. Relax your shoulders. We're going to come into lateral flexion. So one arm will come up, the other arm down. Tilt just a little bit over and stretch in both directions, pulling down and up at the same time. But keep your spine tall. We don't want to hunch over like this. We want to stay nice and tall. Just a small tilt to the side, really pulling up and down. Keeping those feet grounded and planted on the ground. And we'll switch. Other arm up, pulling in both directions. And relax. Then we're going to clasp our hands behind our back, pressing down, opening up the shoulders. Just feeling those shoulders open, maybe closing your eyes and just breathing for a moment or two. And relax. All right, if you would like to get a chair for your warriors, you can go ahead and get one. You'll want the seat facing toward you today. And we're going to start with your left foot in front, toes just under the seat of the chair, right foot in back. You have a choice here. You can plant your heel and your toes can be at about 2 o'clock, or you can leave that heel up and your foot and your hip are straight ahead, squared off with your other hip, okay? So your choice, whatever's comfortable for your body today. And then this front leg, the knee will bend. You're gonna tuck that tailbone, pull that belly in, lift the arms up. And then once the arms are lifted and straight, lower those shoulders and those shoulder blades down. Your gaze can be straight ahead or slightly elevated. Warrior one. Breathing deeply but naturally, not forced. And then opening up the arms and pivoting your body to open the hips. Your back foot is going to come parallel to the back of your mat. Your arms are going to be at shoulder height. Your front leg stays bent. Looking over your left fingers, warrior two. Keeping that tailbone tucked and that belly button pulled towards the spine. Your shoulders by your ears, lower them down. Flip your palm up on your front hand. Bring that arm down to your thigh. Your back hand goes straight up in the air, side angle. If it's easier for you to just hold onto the chair here and be up a little bit higher, that's fine too. Whatever works for you today. So you can be on the chair like this, straight arm, or come down a little bit lower. Straighten that front leg. We're going to bring the arms back to our shoulder height of Warrior Two. Shift towards the chair and then down. Now we have straight legs. The back arm goes up and we're in triangle pose. You want to watch and make sure those knees don't hyperextend, so maybe a tiny micro bend in the knees. Your gaze can be straight ahead. It can be towards the floor if that's comfortable, or it can be up towards that top hand, whichever one is most natural and comfortable for you without putting a strain on your neck. And then bring both hands to either side of the seat of the chair. Take that back foot, pivot so your hips are both facing the chair. Your toes are in the same direction. Legs are straight with, again, little micro bend in the knees. And then we're just going to lean over the seat of the chair. You can keep your arms straight. You can bend at the elbows a little bit. If it feels good, you can come all the way down onto your forearms. Wherever you are today in your stretching, find that comfortable place without pushing too hard. Then we'll press up on the chair, step forward, stand up, and we'll get ready to do the other side. If you are facing me, you do not need to move your chair. If you have your mat sideways, then you might want to move it to the other side so you don't have your back to me. But if your mat is this way, you can leave it right where it is. All right. Right foot forward. Toes just under the seat of the chair, left foot back. Toes are at about 10 o'clock if you are planting that heel, or you can leave the heel up. Bend the front knee, arms come up. Tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, and then relax the shoulders. Gaze can be straight ahead or slightly elevated. Warrior One. Pivoting your body, opening the arms, back foot becomes parallel to the back of your mat. Arms are now shoulder height, front leg is still bent. Warrior Two. Keep that tailbone tucked, that belly pulled in, shoulders relaxed. Kind of like the shoulder blades are coming down your back, trying to get into your back pockets. palm up on your front hand, bring it down to your thigh, other arm comes up, side angle, or just hang on to the chair, whichever's more comfortable today. Looking up at those top fingers if it feels good, or your gaze can be down at the floor. Lifting the arms back to warrior two, arms straightening the legs. And then shifting towards the chair and down. Straight legs this time, soft knees for triangle. Gaze can be up at the top fingers, straight ahead, or down. Whichever feels good for you today. Bringing both hands to either side of the chair. Pivoting that back foot and hip to face forward and maybe shorten your stance a little bit. Coming into pyramid pose, straight legs, soft knees. And then lean over the front of that chair. Maybe on your hands, maybe on your forearms, whatever feels good for you today. And lift your body up, step forward, and stand up. All right, we're going to flip that chair around and come into tree pose. Option to use the chair for our balance pose today, or you don't have to. I'll show you both ways. So if you're using the chair, put the chair next to your standing leg, okay? So it's on my right side right now. Spread the toes. Feel the mat underneath your feet. Engage your quads, your glutes, and your abs. Take a breath to prepare. Left heel comes above the ankle. Opening up that hip. You can bring this left hand to the hip right now. Squeezing everything in the middle. If it feels good, slide that foot up to the calf, making sure you are not on the knee joint. If you want to, you can let go and bring your hands to heart center. And if you need to hold on, then you keep holding on. And release. We'll put the chair on the other side. Left leg is next to the back of the chair. Spread the toes, feel the mat underneath your feet. Take a breath to prepare. Engage your quads, your glutes, and your abs. Take your right heel, put it above your ankle, opening up that hip. Other arm on your waist. Slide that foot up to the calf if it feels good. And then maybe bring your hands to heart center. And relax. All right. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Hands on the mat. Step back onto your knees and sink back into child's pose. Reconnecting with your breath here. And walking the hands to one side. Back to center. And then walking them to the other side. Back to center. Walk the hands forward, lift the hips up a little bit. Thread one arm through for thread the needle, come down onto that shoulder. Come back to center, thread the other arm through. Bring your hands back to center. Pull forward to a kneeling plank and then come down onto your belly. Lift into baby cobra just a little bit. and lower. And lift. Using those back muscles, not your hands. And lower. One more time. Lift. And lower. Press back to child's pose. Arms extended out, pull forward. Bring your hips down, lift the chest. Press back. Pull forward, hips towards the mat. Press back. Again, pull forward. Hips down. And press back. One more time. And then bring yourself into cobbler's pose, which I'm going to grab a blanket and a block. So for cobbler's pose, you want to sit down, placing the soles of your feet together. I have a tender hip right now, so I'm just supporting one side with a block to not let that knee come down too far. And then we're going to hold on to the ankles, pressing the elbows into the legs if it feels good. Keeping the spine tall and the chest lifted, and just hinge forward. And then come back up. And if you have a strap, go ahead and get that. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. So legs extended. Wrap the strap around your legs. Keeping the spine tall, walking the hands down the strap. If you don't have a strap, just walk them down the mat or down your legs. Hinging forward till you feel the edge. And then remove your strap. Lie down on your back. Bring your knees to your chest. Maybe roll around a little bit, massaging your back. And we'll do a few leg darts. You can leave your head and your shoulders down, or you can lift them for a little extra. I'll do both. I'll start with them down and then I'll lift. So one leg extended, the other leg toward you, holding the knee, and then switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. And now I'm lifting a little bit more. Work for the abs. Make sure you're breathing. Couple more. Good, and then hug the knees. Bring your arms out to a T. Bring both knees to one side. Looking over the opposite shoulder, leaving both shoulders on the floor. Gentle spinal twist here. If your knees don't touch the floor, you can support them with a block or a pillow. Back to center. Realign your spine. And then drop the knees to the opposite side, looking over the other shoulder. Again, supporting those knees if they are not touching the floor. Even a rolled up blanket or a towel will be just fine. Back to center. Prepare for Shavasana. Choose your favorite Shavasana position on your back, on your side, or on your belly. Legs extended or maybe knees up. Maybe you want to put your legs up the wall or on a bed or on a chair. Find a position where you can relax and let go. And bring your focus once again to your breath. Thinking about the good you did for yourself today, for your mind and your body and your spirit. Breathing healing oxygen into any areas of your body that might need it. any place that might be tight or tender or sore. And then breathing gratitude into all the rest of your body for working so well for you every day. So well that sometimes we don't even think about it. And then bringing your intention and focus to listening. Listen to God with a broken heart. He is not only the doctor who mends it, but also the Father who wipes away the tears. Letting your breath bring you back to your space. Opening your eyes and taking a moment to take in your surroundings. And then supporting yourself to a seated position. We'll inhale up and exhale. And inhale up and exhale. The light in me honors and appreciates the light in you. Namaste.